Okay, people, let's continue from where we left off yesterday. We're talking about the issue of faith, that faith is an action. Faith is something you do, and we're studying the action man of Elisha. We said yesterday that in order for him to continue his journey, he had to pick up the mantle of Elijah, just as we have to pick up our cross and follow Christ. And we said you will know that you've left, or that you're carrying the cross, when you can look behind and see that you've left something back there, all your baggage at the cross. But when those disciples followed Jesus, it was intriguing that they had to leave stuff behind. When Jesus called the disciples on the fishermen, they knew they were following Jesus because they could look back and they could see they'd left their nets behind. As with Elisha, Elisha knew that he was following God through carrying the mantle of Elijah, when he could look back and he could see the old oxen that had been slayed and burnt and eaten. He could see that he had left his old plow behind. He basically burnt his bridges. When Elijah called Elisha, he said to Elisha, if you want to follow me, you can't bring any of that other stuff with you. Go and burn it. Now I wonder if that's not a lesson for some of us today. Maybe we've kept some of the old bridges still there. Maybe we've said, well, maybe, if this following Jesus thing is not what it's cut out to be, I can always go back to the old life. Don't do that. You've got to burn the bridges with the old life so that you can't go back. I wonder if this isn't why, when God led the children of Israel across the Red Sea, that he closed the Red Sea up. It wasn't just to drown the army, it was just to make it a point of no return. You know that song that we sing, I have decided to follow Jesus, no turning back, no turning back. I want to tell people you've got to be so careful of this, because when we turn back, we make a mockery of all that Christ has done. It's that serious. When we turn back and we say, well, I want to go back to the old life, then that means that Jesus' blood was shed in vain for you. Don't go back. If you're tempted to go back or in the process of going back in your Christian life, please restore your direction. Restore it, and you'll know it's a restored thing when the following of Christ becomes an all-consuming passion. It becomes an exclusive desire. You see, we don't follow Jesus and follow something else as well. Jesus said you can't follow two things, you've got to follow one. And if you try and follow two things, you end up being a totally dysfunctional, dyslexic, and destroyed believer. Follow one thing. The cause of Christ is all there is that is meaningful to follow. It doesn't mean you don't have another job. It doesn't mean you don't have other interests. But the exclusive desire of your life needs to be the exclusivity of the position that Jesus holds for you. Not the position of the church, for goodness sake. The church is just a bunch of people who often get it wrong, who get it messed up. Don't fall into the trap of judging Jesus by his people. Be gentle on his people, because they're people just like you. You're a people too. And you too could mess up, you too could miss the point. But the exclusivity of following Jesus is the most important thing that you could have. It's him and him alone. Now, you read in the passage, it's really quite intriguing, how Elijah made it quite difficult for Elisha to follow him. After Elijah went to Elisha and said, do you want to follow me? Do you want to come and be my main man? And Elisha said, I'd like to. Suddenly Elijah changed his tune. He says, oh no, man. No. He says, I've made a mistake. You need to go back. You need to go back. Do you know how tough it is to follow me? There are things that you're going to need to do that are going to be difficult. The walk of faith is not an easy walk. Elisha, maybe you should just go home again. Go get your oxen, go back again, and start your life again. And we see how Jesus basically says the same thing to us. If you want to follow me, it's not always going to be easy. There's going to be challenges. Things aren't always going to go your way. The walk of faith is not a walk on the clouds. It's a walk through the undulating motion of life, through the hills and the valleys of disappointment and disillusionment and all of those things. The walk of faith is going to take you through that stuff, but it's worth it. It's worth it. So again, we're doing introspective looking right now. Are you following Jesus? Is he your exclusive desire? Or have you been sidetracked by other things and other maybe disappointing experiences you've had? For goodness sake, drop that stuff. Get back to taking your cross. Follow it with Jesus being your exclusive and total desire. Now only you can do that. I wish I could do that for you. You can't do it for me. I can't do it for you. But let's all do it together. Thanks guys for listening to me. Have a great day. Bye-bye.